Welcome to Don't Panic, the podcast where we dive into the moments that make us all stop, question, sometimes even panic. I'm your host, Emily Panek, CEO of Optivity Now. This podcast, Don't Panic, is about exploring those moments we all experience when panic, worry, and fear can hold us back from moving forward. In today's episode, we're talking about those moments when we feel like we're not enough, like we don't belong, what many of us know as imposter syndrome. This feeling can affect anyone, regardless of their background or achievements. And today we'll explore how it impacts our lives and what we can do to overcome it. Imposter syndrome is that feeling we get when no matter what we've done or where we are, we question whether we're truly worthy or capable. It can show up in all areas of our life, not just work, but in relationships, parenting, and even our passions. For example, as a parent, you may feel unsure if you're doing enough or making the right decisions for your children. Athletes may feel it after a big win, and actors after a successful performance, and business leaders after closing a major deal. It's a universal experience, and no matter how accomplished you are, that little voice can creep in telling you you don't deserve to be where you are. It's something that affects people from all walks of life. Frankly, this podcast has been a real challenge for me. I filmed 2 other episodes before this one, and neither of them will be released. I even scrapped the original topic I had planned for this episode because this one, imposter syndrome, felt like the most relatable to what I've been going through right now. I've spent months stuck overthinking, overanalyzing, and honestly, I was full of fear. I was scared of failing, scared of not being good enough, scared that what I had to say just wouldn't matter. Imposter syndrome can sneak up in the most unexpected times, even if it's a project you're passionate about. Here I am, wanting to help others through a podcast. I found myself questioning every little thing. It took me a long time to finally push through and release this episode, but I had to remind myself why I started this podcast in the first place. That if I let fear stop me, I'd never know what it could become. This is just one example of how imposter syndrome affects all of us, no matter what field we're in or what goals we're chasing. It can make even the most exciting projects feel daunting. Here I am, pushing through it, and that's what I want for all of you. Imposter syndrome impacts more than our work. It can creep in every aspect of our lives. Whether you're an athlete, an actor, a parent, a business leader, or somebody pursuing a personal passion, it can change the way you communicate with others and with yourself. It might cause you to hold back even when you're fully capable, or it might push you to over-prepare to prove to yourself and to others. And let's not forget how it can affect personal relationships, leading us to second guess whether we're good enough, not just in our achievements, but as partners, parents, and even friends. So how do we overcome imposter syndrome, especially when we're already pushing ourselves to the limit? It's not about ignoring it, it's about mastering it. The key isn't to avoid challenges, it's to face them head on and find ways to grow through them. The first thing that comes to mind is self-awareness. Self-awareness is a powerful tool. It can help you identify what's working and what needs improvement. Imposter syndrome can actually be a tool for reflection. Use those moments of doubt as an opportunity to assess where you truly stand. Ask yourself, am I doubting my ability, or is there something specific I need to work on? Turning doubt into self-insight is where the growth happens. Success is built on discipline, not emotion. When imposter syndrome creeps in, it's important to fall back on the routines and habits that keep us grounded. That could be a daily workout, planning session, or another ritual. Discipline keeps you focused on what you're capable of. It's not about eliminating doubt, but it's about performing in spite of it. The most important thing is action. You have to take action. Every time you push through moments of doubt, you gain confidence. It's in those moments of uncertainty that you actually grow stronger, because confidence doesn't come from knowing all the answers. It comes from taking action despite not having all of them. No one succeeds alone. And overcoming imposter syndrome, it's no different. Surrounding yourself with people who support and challenge you, whether they're mentors, coaches, or peers, can help you keep perspective and remind you of your strengths. Lean on those who know your worth, especially when you can't see it yourself. Success is a moving target. The moment you think you've arrived, you're already falling behind. I'm going to say that again. Success is a moving target. The moment that you think you've arrived, you're already falling behind. Imposter syndrome can be a signal that you're chasing something bigger than yourself. We know this. It's why we push ourselves. Instead of seeing it as a weakness, embrace it as part of the process. Feeling vulnerable or unsure is often a sign that you're pushing yourself into new territory. And every time you push through, you're building more mental toughness and more confidence. Imposter syndrome is something we all experience at some point or another. But instead of letting it hold you back, use it as a tool to refine yourself, to stay sharp, and to keep moving forward. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you feel that doubt, don't ignore it. Analyze it, break it down, ask yourself, what is it teaching you? And then take action. Because at the end of the day, the only way through it is forward. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Don't Panic. I hope this has given you new perspective, no matter where you are in your journey. If you're feeling doubt, it's because you're stretching yourself. Keep pushing, because persistence, not perfection, is what leads to success. And if you found value in today's episode, please share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And as always, do not panic. You're exactly where you need to be.